Hello everyone, I'm Zishan Shah and welcome to Z Interactive YouTube channel, your own training institute. So today we will start our next lesson, our next blending mode, which is multiply. Multiply is basically an intersection sort of commutative, means like it won't affect if you will switch them, commutative blending mode, and also it is something that might affect with the low dynamic range. So let's see how it works. So here we have our blending mode. Right now there is no blending mode applied here. It's like copy. Here I have star. Here I have shape. Now just notice this part of the star is white and this part of the shape is basically kind of white. Now, if I will go here in the blending mode, now before applying multiply, let me reduce the opacity of it just to give you an overview or an example. Okay, because right now I'm not applying multiplier yet. I'm just trying to make it clear for you all that what does the what multiply actually do. So here, let's see this in bigger scale. Now just notice the foreground and the background, they are now mixing together because what I have done is that I have just reduced opacity just to show you what the multiply do. Now notice this part is gray, this part is gray. The reason is that because behind this is the black area and behind this is the black area also. That means this is not overlapping with any part of the disk, the circle, and this part is not overlapping with any part of the star. However, this area, if you will notice, is basically white. Why? Because this part is overlapping with the disk and disk is overlapping with the star. So this is basically your intersection part, the part that is common in both, which is overlapping with each other. So this is actually what I wanted to show you here. Let's dock it in and move back the opacity to normal. Now, if I will go to blending mode and use the multiply here, so you will see what it gives you. It gives you only that overlapping part which I was discussing a few seconds ago. Anything that was not overlapping, like this part and this part, is now gone. And whatever was overlapping, means intersecting, is now showing on the screen. So it is basically, you can say, a Boolean operation, which is like intersection. Just like if you have used any 3D software like 3D Studio Max Maya or Blender, they have this Boolean, which is basically intersection union. So this is the intersection of the Boolean. Now, if I go here, you can see that it is basically a commutative. So if I switch them, nothing will happen. And one thing I told here is that, like I said here, is like it is basically affected by the low dynamic range. And what do I mean by the low dynamic range is, let's see in our next part. Now here we will see that we have a blending mode here, and we will see how the multiply um, is applied for the masking and how is it affected by the low dynamic range. Now, low dynamic range, as we have learned in the first lesson, is the area which is on the lower side, like on the darker side. Okay, so here I have the tile generator applied where I have a lot of these tiny dots. Okay, and I have here this logo applied, and inside the logo, like basically I have this blur HQ so that we can have this transition here. Okay, now in the transition you will see this is the low dynamic range, which is moving from low dynamic range to high dynamic range, like from a darker area to the brighter area. So that's what I was talking about, and for that purpose I made it here. Now once I will apply it here and go to the blending mode and then choose here multiply. Now this is what sort of result you will get. Just notice what happens at this part. Okay, so it multiplies. Whatever is common in both will be shown here, and this is what happens in the transition. Now to better understand this, let's do one thing. I have applied this in the mask area, so I will apply this here so that we can see the result in the 3D as well. Now to better understand, let's do one thing. Let's remove this uh, whole thing from here, okay, and use this rounded rectangle so we can understand much more better about this. If I will go here, plug this in the background, and let's see how it is affecting the low dynamic range and the high dynamic range, and this is what sort of a result you will get. Okay, so I hope this is clear by now, like how we can use the multiply for the mask. Now let's see how the multiply for height map works. So here I have the star, okay, because we have like copy blending mode right now. We don't have anything yet. So what I'm plugging here in is the star and the Berlin noise. Now whatever will be common will be shown here inside. So I will go to copy here, okay, and change it to multiply. So now whatever was common in both is now showing here. So if I will take this and apply, so this sort of result I will be getting. But what if we can apply some levels and play with the levels? So let's see if the levels both are here and they are neutral. There is no changes there. Okay, so I will apply one for the star and one for the Berlin noise. Now let's see here. Let me double click here so you can see what's going on. And I will go to the level here and start reducing the white level here and see what happens if I reduce this. If I reduce this, you can see that it is not bringing up or affecting the black area. The black area is not bringing up anything from the background, like it's not bringing this from the background. Okay, instead what it is doing is that it is keeping this form itself and making this darker or brighter itself. Okay, so this is quite good if you want to keep the result as it is and do not affect the blacker area, the area which is like it's not which does not have anything. Now same thing if I'll do in the levels, so you can see that result is almost the same. Okay, and as this is commutative, so if I will switch them, nothing will happen. Now let's see subtract versus multiply for height map. Now here I have this shape which is paraboloid, and here I have this fractal sum 1, and I'm plugging this inside this blending. Right now there is nothing here, but let's go here and apply subtract. As soon as I will apply subtract, you will notice that here this part is subtracting directly from the fractal itself. Now if I reduce the opacity or something, so you can notice that the result here is still harsh. It's not softer. So you are more like kind of moving to this part, okay, and you are not able to make something like a soft transition or change. Even if I apply levels here and start reducing this level, so you can see the same results happening. Okay, so it's not that smooth. Whereas if we go here, okay, and let's apply this here and go back to this blending mode and apply here multiply. Okay, so you will notice that multiply is doing something what like subtract doesn't do. What it is doing is that it's taking the white part of this and taking the common part from here and removing the black area and keeping the whiter area, the area that is common in both of them, and showing it here like this part. Okay, so we are getting this out of it. So basically it takes all the black out and keep all the white, the brighter part in, because it is affected by the low dynamic range here. So no black, okay, only the part from here. Now here, what if I can take this invert, okay, invert grayscale and invert this into a different sort of color, like other way around. And if I do that, just notice what happens. This becomes a black, and it will start doing the same thing that the subtract is doing. But if I go here in the blend mode, and like I was playing with this opacity in the subtract, if I will play with the opacity inside the multiply, you will notice that the result is a much more softer. Okay, if you want a softer result, you can use multiply as subtract for the height map. Now here we have divide, which is basically opposite of the multiply here. So divide, I have never used it, I have not used it a lot of time. I never found any situation where I will be able to use it. But what it actually do, let's apply this here, okay, and let's see what the result we get out of it. Now divide, to tell you, it's not commutative. That means the order matters. Whatever is up or down, it will affect. Now here, if I will go in the blending mode and change this to divide, so what it will do is that it will keep this part, like the black part, from okay, whatever is in the black part and whatever is in the white part. Like in the white part, it's going off, and the black part is showing in. Okay, so if I will switch these two, so I will get this sort of result. So this is what the divide actually do. Okay, and let's see for other parts. Now I found divide not that useful inside the mask if you're creating a mask. So, but for one thing you can use it for, let's see. Here in the blending mode, now I have this sort of a cloud 1 here, and I have this cloud 3 here. Both are a little different. And if I'll go in the blending and I will change this to divide here, you will see this sort of a result here, which I didn't found very useful. Maybe you might will be able to use this one in some of the cases, but I never find it uh, useful. But one thing I can use this for is, suppose let's remove this from here and duplicate this one, the same one I have it gotten on the ground, and I will plug this in the background. Now both are same, that's why you will get this weird sort of a result in the divide. But what if I will apply 2D transform in the second one, okay, and start increasing this. So let's double click it here and click one time here so we can see the result of blend. If I'll start increasing the size of this, so what will happen is that it will start creating a fake emboss effect. Okay, just notice here. If I start doing that, just notice if I move it around, you can see this fake embossing effect. So for this sort of a purpose, you might can use this effect, this blending mode, which is divide. But other than that, I didn't found anything from it to be very useful. So I hope you have understood about the multiply blending mode and divide blending mode in this lesson. Thanks a lot for joining this lesson. I'm really thankful to you all for supporting me, and I hope your support continuously to get your support continuously. I have noticed that many of you are watching my videos but have not subscribed to my channel yet. So please subscribe to my channel and also click the bell icon so you can receive all the notifications about the great new contents I will be uploading soon. If you have liked my video, so please hit the like button. And if you have any kind of question or queries or something you need to know, leave them in the comment section below and I will answer them as soon as possible. And one request I have, and that is, I have noticed that some of viewers, they do not watch my videos online and instead they download them. So please, if anyone is doing that and you find someone doing that, please convince them to stop doing this, and ask them to watch all my videos online, so that my hard work pays off. Otherwise it won't pay it off, and this will really demotivate me. So I don't want to stop making tutorials by getting motivated. And also to motivate me, help me to get new subscriber. So this will really motivates me, and I will start making more and more tutorials for you all. So I will take off now, and take care, guys, till we meet in the next class. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep learning on Z Interactive, your own training institute.
There is one important announcement I would like to make. I have started 3 great membership plans on my channel. I have introduced ZI Friends membership plan, which will give you exciting perks like loyalty badges and priority on comments. I have also introduced ZI Early Bird plan, which will give access to Z Interactive tutorials way early before they become public. So you will get all these lessons at once, and you can binge watch. Last but not the least, I have introduced ZI Premium plan, which will give access to advanced professional tutorials, which you will find at very expensive outside, and I will be giving this at a very low amount of price. So visit my channel now and click on the join membership to get more information. I hope you become one of my members. If you want to learn how to create a highly detailed prop procedurally using Substance Designer, so this premium tutorial series is for you. Join my premium membership plan on YouTube and get access to all premium tutorials. In this tutorial series, I will demonstrate how to use Substance Designer along with simple geometry to create a realistic, smashed up retro television.